Hey everybody, welcome back. This your boy CS Killer Kid Boo, and today we're gonna be talking about one of my favorite comic book characters, Mark Grayson, aka Invincible. Invincible made his first appearance in Tech Jacket in November of 2002 before getting his very own series in 2003. I got into Invincible in late 2018, early 2019, and I can truly say that once I got into it, I could not stop reading it. I have literally read every issue of it, and today I want to cover it for newer fans and fans who may have already know about him. Because I feel like Invincible is one of those characters that everybody would love because he has a mixture of so many other characters in him. So without further ado, let's get right into it. And if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. So, issue 1 starts off with Invincible flying with some mechanical android on his shoulder as he's flying him away. And he chucks the android mechanical away, so we can already know that he's doing it to save something, but it doesn't go into too much detail with it. And what I like about this is because as he throws him away, the timer goes off and it's kaboom. And once it goes kaboom, you see Invincible literally fall into the ground. He gets up unscathed with no damage on him, thus his name, Invincible. And when we get right here, Invincible's actually flying away with a smile on his face saying, if I keep this up, I'm going to give myself a heart attack. And I just laughed at that because he's invincible, so you would think a heart attack wouldn't hurt him, but it's just humor. And that's one of the few things I do love about Invincible. Now, what issue 1 does is going to take us back 4 months ago before everything went down, before current events. And this is where we're going to understand the backstory of Mark Grayson. We're going to understand a little more of how he got his powers and who he is. And just like any other person, Mark Grayson is just a typical teenage boy. He goes to school, he reads comics, he has his mom on his back, always telling him, hurry up in the mornings to get ready for school, which I kind of like that. And it just shows the aspect that every teenage person goes through that. We all go through that. And as you can see right now, Mark is in the fridge. He's looking for something to eat for breakfast before he heads out for school. And then he asks his mom, have you seen Dad? Where's Dad? He didn't come home last night. And his mom got this little, I'm not gonna say like a sad look, but like a look of concern, saying that, no, he hasn't come home. He's had a lot of trouble with work. I just really knew I wish where he was. And right there, it gives me some thought that maybe his dad's an archaeologist. They travel around the world digging up stuff. And then Mark asks his mom, can you turn on TV, please? All of us, when we eat our breakfast, we want to watch a little TV. That's just natural. That's just how it is as a teenager. And what we see is a amateur photographer took a picture of a man in a red cape that they announced as Omni-Man fighting a dragon in Taiwan. And this is amazing because already we're getting a superhero on the TV. And out of nowhere, a kickstart, Mark says, well, now you know where he is. Thus meaning the person they just announced on the TV, Omni-Man, is Mark Grayson's dad. And judging by the fact that they do have him on TV and he's known, that lets you know that he must be one of the top heroes in the world. And we're going to get into how Mark becomes invincible. And like I told you earlier, Mark is your typical average teenage boy right now. He actually goes to school, he has friends, he likes to hang out. He does everything that a teenage boy would do at his age and his time in high school. And he has one of his friends, William, comes up to him, say, hey, Mark. And Mark's like, yo, man, what's up? And William's letting him know that a lot of the group of guys and a couple of their friends are going to hang out. And Mark, with this discouraged, sad look on his face, and trust me, if we all been there when we want to hang out, but we can't, because Mark actually has a part-time job, and he has to get to the Burger Mountain in about 20 minutes so he can hang out. And William's all like, it sucks to be you, with the job and all that. And Mark's like, I'll catch you later. And we go to where Mark is at his job, and this is where it actually begins to start to pick up. He's taking out the trash, and just as he's about to chuck the trash into the dumpster, something happened, something clicked. And instead of the trash being tossed into the dumpster, Mark tosses that thing into the sky. And I'm talking about very high. And Mark has this look on his face. Not a look of, oh my God, what happened? A look of, oh my God, it happened. Like a look of happiness. And then Mark really says it's about time. Thus letting us know that he has his superpowers have kicked in. And putting two to two together, his dad's a superhero, he's some superhero, so eventually it had to kick in eventually. And now we see that, like I said, it's like a typical family, He's at a dinner table with his mom and his dad. His mom asks his dad, did he take out the dragon? And, she has that look of happiness that her husband's finally home. And now that we know what he does for a living, we know why she was concerned earlier. And, you know, Omni-Man is telling her that, you know, he took it out after he figured out who was controlling it. He was able to take it out. And look at him just with a rack of food in his mouth, hungry. Hard day at work, ladies and gentlemen. Hard day. And like I said, Mark's mom, she just feels really happy, and she's asking him, you know, the publisher. Because right here, we found out that Mark's dad actually writes books for a living. That's how they make their income. So that's actually pretty amazing. And what we also see is that Mark's mom, she's very happy, and then she goes on and asks Mark, how was your day? And Mark, we just saw how his day was, so we know he's pretty excited. And as you can see, his face is showing that he's pretty excited. And he goes on to tell his mom that, I think I'm finally getting my superpowers. And that right there has got me wondering, like, okay, so they must already know, and that's pretty cool. But here's the thing I like. His mom literally says, that's nice, can you please pass the potatoes? And as I was reading this, I'm like, this man just said his powers are finally kicking in. You would think his dad would jump up for joy, but no, this is not the Stronghold household. This is the Grayson household. And we cut over to where Mark is literally standing out on the roof outside his window. And it looked like he's attempting to learn how to fly. And he said his dad told him, just relax and you can fly, just jump off. And he got this little nervous look on his face saying, you know, if I can't fly yet, then I don't have a vulnerability, meaning that he'll fall and get hurt. And then he's just like, you know something? What the heck? When you got these powers, sometimes you got to take a chance, and you never know. High risk, high reward. And when he jumps off, he literally stops in midair, and he's like, whoa. Now we know Mark Grayson has super strength and he can fly. And that is just straight up amazing. And he's like, this is so cool. And I tell you right now, if I jump off the roof right now and I can fly, I'm going to be screaming because I'm afraid of heights. But that is still cool. And then we cut to where it's these 2 men in suits and some little stone creature running with them as they just robbed the bank. And it looks like they're having some type of small argument because the stone guy said the cops showed up pretty quick. And then the other guy says, hey, look, man, this is why it's a diamond heist. This is why, you know, we brought you along just in case cops show up. And the big guy's like, you know, I may be bulletproof, but I still have feelings. And he picks them up and he's like, just go. He picks them up and they hop over the fence. And just as they're hopping over the fence and they think they've got away from the cop, out of nowhere, wham, this kid in this goofy outfit that reminds me of Bucky when he first joined Captain America, out of nowhere, whops them, like literally wallops them, and then does the foot dive on a big guy's chest. And he just has this weird outfit on, and he's showing strength because he was able to crack. And then the big guy says, who the hell are you, while swinging at Mark. And it had no effect on Mark. And he says, are you trying to stop us or rob us? Because he has the little mask covering his face, like the old cowboys when he used to rob it. And one clean punch, Mark shatters this dude's stone skin on the outside, revealing his human flesh on the inside of it, knocking him out cold with just one punch, thus revealing that Mark really does have super strength, similar to how Omni-Man does. And like I said, just looking at this outfit, it just looks so funny because it does to me, it looks like a little bit, I'm not gonna say exactly like Bucky Barnes when he first met Cap. And then we see in the corner, it's his dad asking, what in God names are you wearing? You know, you shouldn't be out here, you only been doing this for a week. And Mark responds, letting his dad know, I've been doing this for 2 weeks now. I put the mask on to cover my face up, so when I'm flying around and I'm doing what I'm like, protecting and fighting crime, no one knows who I am. And he said, I saw these guys robbing the bank, and I just had to step in. I had the jewelry shop bank, I had to step in. And his dad's all like, well, you know, I can't have you running around looking ridiculous like that. Let's get out of here before the cops show up. I'm going to introduce you to a guy that can really help you out with your outfit. And what they go to is an old time friend who's actually been making hero suits for the heroes of the planet. And his dad brings him in and asks Mark, how does it feel? Because now we're about to see Mark in his very first superhero outfit. And the design, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look that bad. It actually looks pretty good. And Mark is just looking at it like in a weird way, like, you know, what are all these weird disc things on it? Because it does have a lot of discs on it. And like I said, it doesn't look too bad. And the guy tells him that, you know, those are solar powered batteries that he made for the costume because he thought that Mark and his dad were made by, you know, powered by solar power. And Mark's dad gets a little deep, you know, he's the top superhero from what we're seeing. So of course he has to whoosh, just like that. In an instant, he's out of there. He's out there, go save the day or whatever it is he has to do. And Mark is telling the guy, you know, I'm sorry You know, you get used to it after a while. And dude's like, be honest about the outfit. And Mark's like, to be honest, I don't know. It's something about this outfit. It does not have that iconic feel. And the guy is telling him that, you know, everybody wants to have that iconic costume, but no one knows what it means. And he asks Mark, you know, have you even considered giving yourself a name yet? And Mark is just looking like, I really haven't thought about it yet. And he tells Mark, you know, when you get that name, come back and then we can work on that iconic outfit of you. And we cut back where Mark is at school, and as you see behind him, it's a bully bothering somebody. And Mark, he's not getting involved. He's just chilling. He doesn't, like they said, normal kid doesn't want to get involved in anybody's problem. But then the bully is constantly picking on the kid, and Mark said, hey, leave the guy alone. What are you trying to prove? Just stop it already. And the bully, of course, that draws the bully to attack Mark, and he gives Mark a good shove and asks him, how's this? How about I pick on you then? And like I said, we've been reading this now, and you guys have been following, so we know what's about to happen. Mark literally chucks the boy up against the locker, forearm in his throat, hand on his heart, cutting off the oxygen altogether. And the bully is just stunned and roused in the locker. And look at that face of Mark. He is so angry because now he knows he can do something. And he told the bully, do not mess with him again. And then we have the lunch lady who literally is just so happy to be walking down the hall and asks what's going on, and escorts Mark to the principal office. And here we see Mark telling him that he didn't want to get into any confrontation with the guy. The guy pushed him, he pushed back. He didn't mean to hurt him. And then Mark goes on to tell him that he was picking on someone smaller than him. And I just don't like watching kids getting picked on for no reason when a guy is bigger than them. And the principal said, I understand that, Mark. And quite honestly, I condole you. The kid probably had it coming to him anyway. But you should get security. You should have got a teacher because it is not your responsibility, Mark. And he's letting him know right now, you're not responsible for other kids here. You're only responsible for yourself and staying out of trouble. And he tells Mark that you're not invincible, you know. And right there, as you see on Mark's face, that's how he got his name, ladies and gentlemen. That's how he got the name Invincible. His principal told him, you're not invincible. And Mark said, you know something? I am invincible. And we cut back to another robbery. And this one's actually a pretty funny robbery because they get in, these guys are moving quicker than the other ones. They got in, they got out with the guns loaded, trucking people out the way. Even an innocent old lady got knocked on her ass so these guys can get the quick getaway. They're jumping over traffic because the cops, or as we've seen already, no more hero, Omni-Man, could be on his way at any given moment. And these guys like, we gotta get the hell out of here. And just as they run around to their corner to get to their getaway car, they are shocked and amazed because they see something. And I'm like, is it Omni-Man? No. It is actually Mark Grayson, aka Invincible, in his new outfit. And one of the thugs just sitting there looking, drop it right now, freak, or I'll blow you away. And we all know what Mark can do right now. We know he has super strength, he can fly, and he literally tells the guy, I wouldn't try that, I'm invincible. And that's where this comic ends at, issue number 1. And I like how it started off. I like how it paced its way with slow pacing, but also a little speedy pace at the same time. And I will be doing issue number 2 next week. So if, like I said, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be going over the entire series of Invincible. He is one of my favorites, and I really would like for other people to know who he is. Thank you. And again, like and subscribe to the channel. Till next time, peace.